Black people used to have a standard of living. Like back in Martin Luther King Day, Million Man March, they all wore suit and tie. They were respectful. They had pride in doing the right thing. Now it's entitlement. So I want to play this clip from Charleston Gray because it brings it all in full circle. Charleston White, I said Gray. It's funny, I went to school with a dude named Charleston Gray. He actually played offensive tackle for us. Went to North Carolina too. Anyway, Charleston White. And Charleston White from Fort Worth, where I grew up at. And that's probably an interview I should get. It's probably interview Charleston White because I don't know where he grew up in Fort Worth, but Fort Worth ain't big. If you black, you live in a certain part of Fort Worth and you went to a certain school in Fort Worth because there was the school that black people went to. O.D. Wide, Dunbar High School, Polytech, Trimble Tech, and it's another one I forget. But you only got 5 schools where black people go. So Charleston probably went to one of the schools I went to, and that'd be a good interview. But listen to him say this because he got more hood credit than me because I think he lived in the hood. I lived in the hood, lived in a good neighborhood. I lived all around, man. I went to a private school, went to public school. I went to Crowley, North Crowley, and they were a good school. We went to Dunbar to play sports. That wasn't so good of a school, but we didn't go because we had to. We went because it was sports. I got a scholarship. I was All-American, all of that. Played Charleston.
Us as black people, do we have any allies? Do we have a race that fucks?
White people.
Bro.
A white person is more likely to speak to you and embrace you out in public or outside of your normal environment before Mexican or
Even
Asian.
Africans and like Nigerians say crazy shit about African Americans.
Yeah. Nobody rock with us but white American, homie.
But what is it about us though that makes us the most hated?
We're disrespectful. We're arrogant.
Loud.
We have an ethnocentric ideology belief as if we're better than everybody because we think we were the first.
We think we're old.
Yeah. We're entitled.
Yeah.
We're lazy. When you get on the job with most black people, everybody look at them and say, man, we don't work as hard as other people. So it's obvious why they don't like us. Just look around on your job. We the loudest. We come in. If we having a bad day, we go tell them we ain't take what we're not gonna put up with. And we're not the brightest. We used to be at the front of the pack, homie, in the 60s and the 50s. We're not the brightest anymore. And we ain't the strongest and the toughest like we think we are. That's why the white boys got into UFC and started kicking.
Charleston be just saying random stuff sometimes too. But where's the lie at though? This is what I've been trying to preach. And it's only because I want people of the melanin to do better. We got to be honest with ourselves and then we can make it happen. Like I'm telling you, I go to the airport. The craziest airports I've ever been to is these airports that's filled with black people working there. I don't know why it's that way. Ghetto, I was at an airport in St. Louis. These people about to fight. The employees about to fight each other in the airport. You're like, man, really? This what y'all doing? Y'all making us look bad. Can y'all keep it together? You on the job with your uniform on. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Do not miss America Fest 2024. It's happening December the 19th through the 22nd at the Phoenix Convention Center right here in my home city. Get ready to hear from top speakers, including myself, Tucker Carlson, Matt Gaetz, whom I love. I met Matt Gaetz in person. That dude is just as cool as he is when you see him on the television. We got Don Trump Jr. and many more of the nation's top speakers. You'll connect with thousands of patriots, enjoy live concerts, and develop leadership skills that will energize you to make a difference in your community. Secure a spot today. Use promo code Tatum and get 25% off general admission at ampfest.com. See y'all at America Fest. Let's go. I remember I got on a plane, beautiful black woman, was a flight attendant. I get on, I go onto my seat. These 3 black dudes get on the plane. They pants sagging now. They smell like weed. They getting on the plane, and then they go, oh, look, you Charlotte. Look at that booty on that Charlotte over there. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all really doing this? These white people are looking at us crazy. I remember when I was on campus back when I was still trying to be a thug. Me and my homeboy used to say the N-word every 5 minutes. In this, in that, in. Me and him was on campus one day at the University of Arizona in the mall. That's where when classes switch, everybody walked through the mall to get to their classes. Man, he in the middle of the thing laughing. He rolled on the ground. Man, it's that, in that. I'm just, and then I thought about it for a minute. I looked around and said, God, dog, we look stupider than the mud up here. We yelling in front of all these white people. But yet the first thing a black man cry about is a white person say an N-word. I said, man, we got to do something different here. This looks silly. I'm just saying, man. I mean, you go places, even places where you live and places in the country, you see a whole bunch of black people there. It used to not be like that. That's the thing. Black people used to have a standard of living. Like back in Martin Luther King Day, Million Man March, they all wore suit and tie. They were respectful. They had pride in doing the right thing, pride in getting an education. All black people wanted in the past was to be treated fairly. They didn't want no handouts. Man, Martin Luther King kind of started the handout thing, but for the most part, black people was just like, bro, get out our way. Follow the Constitution of the United States of America. Can you let us be free? You putting restrictions on stuff we doing. Just let us do our thing. You do yours, I do mine, and we good. Now it's entitlement, reparations, and we blame everybody for everything. Oh, look, man, look what they doing in our music. Look at what the Jews doing in rap music. Wait. The Jews that own the rap, these record labels are there to make money. You the one rapping about killing and stealing and thugging, and y'all the one buying it. Why you gonna blame him? He making money. If you made music and it was selling and you were talking about cotton candy, a person to sell a cotton candy album. But y'all got music talking about disrespecting other black women. That's crazy to me. Celebrating thugs and people that's incarcerated in prison acting. I mean, look at our celebrities. Who's the number one music artist that people like that's black? Kendrick Lamar, Drake. And go look at what they rap about. They not rapping about nothing positive. I can pull a song, you can randomly pick a song. It's racist, it's evil, it's degrading. And this is what we like listen to. This is what we pride ourselves on. And see, I'm the Negro whisperer, because a lot of black people are so disingenuous that it made me look like I'm a sellout because I'm just telling the truth. I grew up in the hood. I know what I'm talking about. I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth my whole life. I had a progressive experience growing up. And we stayed in places that weren't upper class, maybe lower middle class, some poor. We stayed in Section 8 housing before. We stayed in Section 8 housing when we stayed in white settlement. You know, we stayed in some places that were sketchy. We also stayed in some good places. We went to some schools that weren't that good. We also went to some good ones. I know what it's like to be at a white school at North Crowley. For those of you who don't know my past and don't know who I came from, for those of you who live in Texas and Fort Worth and you know what these schools that I'm talking about, like we went to Greenbrier, we went to the schools are gone now, but it was Cathedral of Praise right off in Arlington, Texas, right off the freeway. Cathedral of Praise, it was a Catholic private school. We went there for a couple years. We went to Crowley Middle School. We went to Crowley High School. It was North Crowley High School. Now they the number one in the nation in football or something like that. And then we went to Dunbar High School. So I had a chance to go to that school that was in North Crowley where the teachers made sure you learned. It was no conflict in the classroom. They let you get a little time after school to finish your homework. You get help with your homework. There ain't no fights in the school. There was some black people and there was some people that want to be thugs, but that was not the overwhelming majority of people that went to the school. They wasn't putting up with that. You get the cussing and acting a fool, they're going to kick you out of school. And you knew they'd kick you out of school. And then I went to Dunbar, right in Stop 6, and lived with my grandma, because we didn't have to live with grandma, but we lived with grandma so we could play football. We lived with my grandma right in Eastwood. And then we went to school in Stop 6. And Dunbar was crazy. People fighting in the school, pepper spray. The cops used to pepper spray. They used to get the big old canister, pepper spray the whole hallway. It smelled like pepper spray for 2 or 3 days after people fight. I was getting in a little trouble. I got kicked out of school. So I got kicked out of school my senior year, getting into a fight with one of my teachers. I didn't really get a chance to fight her, but I was very threatening and I threw a chair at her and stuff like that. I was crazy. I got kicked out of school. I got kicked out of school for trying to fight a dude in the office because him and my girlfriend got into a fight. And lo and behold, after I get suspended, I find out she was winning the fight. Kicked me right out of school. I'm in there saying the N-word, running up on him. I'll never forget that lady. Somebody's parent was in there watching me be a nut job. Man, got kicked out, got suspended. And when I got suspended, they had 12 fights in the school for the 3 days I was suspended. And when I came back to school, the hallway smelled like pepper spray because I heard people were coming off the street in the school fighting. Dudes used to roll dice and shoot dice in the bathroom instead of going to class. People selling drugs at the school. One of the dudes on my football team was a real life gangster. He had his revolver that he brought to practice every day. I'm not saying his name because he a real gangster. I don't want him coming after me. I don't want to indict him on nothing. We were in high school. He brought his gun to practice every day. I'm sure coach knew he had the gun, but he wasn't going to say nothing because he a gangster. He put that gun right in his locker, we go play, and then he come get his gun out. Because when he walk home, ain't like me going home. He got to go home and live in the hood. We wasn't that po. I know what it is. That's why when I say the stuff that I say, it's because of experience. I grew up with a family where people smoked crack in my own family. We had crackheads in our family. I remember right on Stall Cup, y'all can look this up, at the car wash. Crackheads I don't know how they used to manipulate that car wash machine, but them crackheads used to manipulate the car wash machine, and you give them $5, they'll wash your whole car, do a full detail for 10. And the first time I saw somebody smoke crack in real life is when I never went to that car wash ever again. I saw another brother smoking a crack pipe right behind that thing, and I said, I can't believe this is where my money going. I'm paying for my own people to smoke themselves to death. What am I even doing? And now they call me in Charleston a sellout.